If it is or if it ain't, it's going to come out.
Good morning, everybody. It's your girl, Miracle Sims, and you are listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration and juice. It is April the 25th, 2022, and today the topic is Get Ready. Man, I hope that you all had a wonderful weekend this weekend. Mine was just fine. Happy Monday to everybody. If I do a quick recap of my weekend, hey man, everything was lovely. I was very excited about the brunch that I went to, and so a great time was had by all. If you all follow me on Facebook, then you might have seen some images from Saturday. So shout out to Miss Summer. She kind of coordinated this brunch with this group of ladies. It was 6 of us, 5. Yeah, I think it was 5 of us, and things didn't go necessarily as she had planned, but I feel like things happened the way it was supposed to. We were supposed to go to one place, and some technicalities, because of some technicalities, we ended up going somewhere else. And the place we went was really nice, and we enjoyed the food and everything like that. It's a place called Slush here in Atlanta, and yeah, it just was a nice time with the ladies. I'm telling you, let me see, we met up around like 1, something like that, like 1 ish, and I didn't get back home till like 6. So I know somebody or one of the ladies was like, you're having a good time when you leave or you don't get back from brunch, until like after 6. And I'm like, yeah, I guess you're right, man. I didn't even think about what time it was. We just, was hanging out, talking, laughing, just having a great time and enjoying this times with these ladies. So, it's God be the glory for that. Looking forward to many more events like that. Hopefully really soon, because that was a really nice, just ladies' day, and time for me to get away. Because like I tell y'all all the time, like most of the time, anytime that I'm leaving the house, I'm usually working to some capacity, or I'm creating events for people to go to. So it's very rare that I go to an event. So, again, thank you for the invitation, Summer, and it was really, really nice. That was my Saturday. After that, I pretty much came back home, took a shower, did a face mask, and took time to unwind and everything like that. Now, as of yesterday, we had some more time to fellowship. The Robinsons, people that I know through my husband and whatnot, they invited us to dinner last night. And so it was really nice, fellowshipping with them and everything like that. Lovely meal, lovely couple. And, everybody had time to go into their groups. So the men went outside on the porch and the ladies was in the house. And, I got a chance to get to know Miss Betty a little bit more. So if you listen to Miss Betty, good morning. Shout out, because I was telling her about GSL and everything like that. And she said, oh, this is going to be my new thing that I do. I'm going to get my coffee and check out, GSL. So I was like, wow, that is a blessing. And so yeah, hey, Miss Betty. But yeah, I enjoyed our conversation yesterday as well. And so, God be the glory for all things. Like I said, I'll say this all the time, but I hope I'm reiterating it to people so they can hopefully feel the same way one day that, I'm grateful to be in this place. Grateful for, each and everything that happens the way it does. Also got a blessing over the weekend that was just confirmation that even though things aren't necessarily going the way I thought it would, that blessing kind of showed me that God got me. God got me, and I'm thankful for that. So, Shout out to that person as well. Thank you for being a professional, even though, communication has been a little off and whatnot, but, you know, things still happen. And so I'm thankful for that. So that was my weekend, y'all. That was my weekend. It was a good time that was had by all in both of the scenarios, both of those moments of fellowship, both on Saturday and yesterday, so on Sunday. So yeah. So um in regards to this topic of get ready, I mean, well, partially it might be inspired by something that Miss Betty told me last night. She spoke life into me several times, yeah, last night and whatnot, and so she did tell me something at one point that may have been slightly part of the inspiration for this morning. But to tell you all the specifics of what happened and how I came to this topic today, basically, I listened to the prayer meditation. I was reflecting. I had like a moment or two afterwards that I kind of was like, not say clearing my mind, but just, I ended up kind of doing something else in between when I started to work on getting verses. And the phrase, the armor of God, came into my mind. And so I looked up verses centered around that. And then once they started to resonate with me, I was getting ready to start writing. And the phrase get ready came into my mind. So here we are. Here we are. That was the inspiration for the topic today. So let's get into it. Once again, my husband's alarm is beeping, and I think he's like in the shower or something, and I'm not going to get up to go turn it off. So my apologies for those that hear it. But anyway, Ephesians 6:14 through 17 says, "Stand before having fastened on the belt of truth, and having put on the breastplate of righteousness, and as shoes for your feet, having put on the readiness given by the gospel of peace. In all circumstances, take up the shield of faith, with which you can..." Ooh, I did it again, y'all. "Extinguish all the flaming darts of the evil one, and take the helmet of salvation and the sword of the Spirit, which is the word of God." So yeah, obviously this is like a deeper description of what the different aspects of the armor represents and everything like that. So that's the main thing I get from that. But other than that, I see that everything has its purpose, right? The belt is girding with truth. The breastplate is representing righteousness, and all these different things as it was the description goes. I believe that the inspiration, or the beginning, actually the verse before this, that again where the whole breast the put on your armor was inspired by this next verse I'm going to share. It's Ephesians 6:11. "Put on the whole armor of God, that you may be able to stand against the schemes of the devil." I'm sure you all can go deeper and read that entire thing yourself and get a full understanding of that whole situation. But yeah, I mean, let's get ready. Let's get ready. Let's get our uniform on. Uh, as we do this, then you'll. I mean, well, hey, I guess when you are prepared, right? And that's something that Miss Betty was telling me yesterday. To prepare myself, right, for certain things or whatever. And so, yeah, I mean, if you are prepared, wearing, what you need to protect yourself, right, then, again, yes, not only are you prepared, but then you have your protection on, and everything like that. Different things that God has put in place to protect us. And everything. So, I mean, that's just something to think about when it comes to this whole idea of getting ready. And that's what it says about the armor of God. Again, y'all can go deeper with that. But 1 Peter 3:15 says, "But in your hearts," oh no, excuse me. Yeah, okay. 1 Peter 3:15, "But in your hearts honor Christ the Lord as holy. Always be prepared to make a defense to anyone who asks you for a reason for the hope that is in you. Yet do it with gentleness and respect." So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of reasons why we should get ready, right? Part of it is to be prepared to, defend Christ in any aspect, right? That's pretty much what that verse is saying. But at the same time, too, see that it's saying that, we need to be doing that with gentleness and respect. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm sure there's times where apologetics and being bold and being brazen about faith and whatnot is probably needed, there are times where you have to, I guess, talk down the enemy and the antichrist spirit and whatnot, and you have to be able to defend Christ in that manner. And there's definitely room for that. However, when we're winning souls, right, when we're out here trying to spread the gospel and whatnot, we need to be doing that, like it says, with gentleness and respect. At the end of the day, we are all humble because we all, right, need Christ. We all have sin. None of us are perfect, none but Christ. And so at the end of the day, with that in mind, that should keep us humble to be able to talk to people and share our testimonies in a way that can help others to draw nearer to Christ and not away from Christ. So I mean, ultimately, I'm sure there's a lot of reasons to get ready. Again, whether you're preparing yourself to fight the spiritual battle, because that's another thing too. You're going to see in the Go Deeper section the verses that say, let us know that this isn't a flesh and blood a fight per se. It's, at the end of the day, the fight is a spiritual one overall. And so, yeah, getting our armor on, getting ready for that fight, right? But then also getting ready to, again, always be ready to share the gospel. Always be ready to share your testimony. Always be ready to do so again with gentleness and love to draw people near to God, because that's what He desires of us anyway. To have those relationships with us. So, hey, that's the juice this morning, y'all. That is the juice again. Plenty of verses in the Go Deeper section for you all to peruse and let marinate on your hearts, souls, and minds. But the Bible verse of today is John 14:6. It says, Jesus saith unto him, I am the way, the truth, and the life. No man cometh unto the Father but by me. Friends, I hope you all enjoyed this juice this morning. Thank you so much for listening to God, Sex, and Love, your daily dose of inspiration, the juice. I pray you guys can go forth and have a wonderful day, and I look forward to talking to you all tomorrow, if the Lord's will. Bye-bye.
Everyone is stuck at home, but life is still happening around us every day. Birthdays, anniversaries, holidays, and celebrations. Send your friends and family the gift of wine from the comforts of home. Wine shop at home with Miracle of Wine. Wine, gift baskets, wine accessories, and more at miracleofwine.com.